Once an idyllic countryside village, Tyneham was a picture of beauty and community. Life here was simple, and for the time it was a little in the past, with no electricity or running water. But this did not dampen the spirits of the people living here, and there was a sense of contentment and a rare happiness in life, as those who lived here didn't feel the rush or the hustle and bustle of a busier life. The challenges of the world were shielded by this beautiful place. That is, until the Second World War. More specifically, 1943. You see, Tyneham is so very close to Lulworth firing range in the county of Dorset in England, and it also sits just a few minutes' walk from Warbarrow Bay. And the British military thought that it would therefore be the perfect place for training, and in addition to this, for the training of Allied forces. The villagers were given just 28 days to pack up their whole worlds with the promise of return after the war. The reasons for the military taking over the area was for critical operation preparations, including the D-Day landings. The villagers believed they could one day come home, but as the war went on, the return never happened. But if we look at their last day, we can see that a church service was held in the December of 1943 in the village's St Mary's Church, and afterwards, full of hope for a brighter tomorrow, the people of the village left dreaming that one day they could come home. They did not know that this would never happen, but regardless, they packed up their belongings and a heartfelt note was left on the door of the church. Please treat the church and houses with care. We have given up our homes where many of us have lived for generations to help win the war to keep men free. We will return one day, and thank you for treating the village kindly. Now today, over 8 decades later, the village has been trapped in time. The cottages, the schoolhouse, the church, all of it just frozen. Visiting this little village that gave so much of its spirit is like seeing the world as it once was. Beautiful stonework and worn-down passages that show a brief glimpse of the past. The evacuation of Tyneham is a pivotal moment in its history. Generations of historical moments paused. When I have walked the streets of this village, passing through the now fallen structures of what was once homes of the residents, you can see how closely knit the people would have been. The houses are close together in rows and communal green spaces and a beautiful church. The schoolhouse shows a glimpse of education nearly 100 years ago, and inside you can see examples of the work that children completed and the hymns that they would have sung. Now, many today refer to Tyneham as a ghost village, giving reasons to believe that there are spirits that haunt, but actually, from my own experience, although the village is paused in a time long forgotten, it tells a story. In fact, many stories of this one place that many called home. When you visit, you can step inside these buildings and structures, and they hold memories. Feelings ooze out of the walls. And it gives you a sense of sadness, but also of gratitude for those who gave up their lives and moved away in order to help the efforts of the war. As you follow the well-trodden paths around, you encounter information signs that tell you about the past residents. For example, the gardener's cottage was lived in by the Gould family, and they had been in this cottage for 20 years. The Driscoll family were the last residents of the post office, having lived there for 5 years. There was also the Gale cottages, with some of the residents being the Wellman family, who resided from 1912 to 1936, and the Grant family, who lived there from 1924 to 1942. There was another group of cottages called the Laundry cottages, which housed the Taylor family from 1902 to 1943, and these are just some of the many examples of families who had to up and leave everything they knew for the unknown. But you also had the Bond family, who lived within Tyneham House. You can visit this wonderfully sad place, but it is wonderful, And it really does leave you feeling upset for those who once walked the paths through the village, a village that, due to the decisions made by the British military, has been lost to time. And the only way a resident can return, except as a visitor, is to be buried within the churchyard of their long-lost home. Thank you for watching, and to support, please subscribe to Her Remarkable History. Thank you.